Welcome back to Callahan's Corner, where you ask the questions, we answer them live right here on Facebook. So, had a pre-submitted question, well, actually several questions. I'm going to kind of combine here on today's Facebook Live. But gentleman and actually a lady based two different questions, lawn care and home cleaning companies. But the hurdle or the growth hurdle, the struggle they're having is hiring someone for their administrative staff to run their office. And believe it or not, they're actually both using two different softwares, industry kind of specific to lawn care and home cleaning. But the general question itself really lends itself to the same answer. And I guess my question to you before I dive into this is, when you're going out to hire an office staff, or maybe you haven't hired an office staff yet, or even a virtual assistant, is there a process in place for success? So as we go in to hire our first admin or replace an admin or build an administrative staff in our office or even a virtual assistant, I'm going to kind of challenge you because I think this to an extent is very applicable to a virtual assistant. I don't recommend a call center, but a virtual assistant such as Pink Callers are probably going to go through some of these same steps with you as well. So on the SimpleGrowth team, we've just added an additional administrator on our team. And I kind of want to walk through the process of our onboarding indoctrination. And if you're going to grow and scale a team, I'm assuming you're going to be hiring for a cultural fit, work ethic, and hopefully a general skill set of being able to use a CRM, a customer relationship management software. So there's certain things that I see in the early years, for sure in my business, we did the same thing. But the question I'm going to propose to you is, are you limiting yourself to a very subset of mediocre admin that aren't going to progress in your business? So even if you're hiring your first administrative person, is it being foreseen as a glass ceiling? So at SimpleGrowth, we've been growing by 100% plus every year. In my lawn care company, we saw several years at 100% growth plus, at least 50 to 60%, pretty much year after year. But are you posting a job offering, and then once they get the job, are you giving the perception of limited growth? And I'm going to say most people, including myself in the early years, basically said, hey, this is an administrative position, and that's pretty much what it is. But don't you want to foster growth? Don't you want someone who wants to go in and continue to grow and build their skill set and eventually replace or train their replacement? So that's what I'm talking about today. How do we take this question that's submitted, and Mike, how do we go out and scale this administrative team? And I think one of the biggest mistakes in my early years was I basically posted it as an administrative job with no job advancement. And really, if you're growing and scaling your business, that's the farthest from the truth. At SimpleGrowth and my lawn care company, people were training their replacements 6 to 12 months later. So we wanted to have somebody that was willing to go to continue to advance their job and replace their, or basically train their replacement. So I'm going to dive in normal fashion and open up a screen share and talk about new hiring onboarding for your administrative staff. And this is going to give you some really good insight of how we did this in my businesses and how other people can do it in their business. So without any further delay, I'm going to pop this open here and show you what I've got cooking here. But if you are live, I want to say what's up to Harold Williams, 100% brother. Love you watching, and appreciate your comments and questions as well. But if anybody else has any comments or questions along this, man, let's just put them out here. We're here to answer these questions. I'm not sitting on a pedestal. I've made most of these mistakes, and sometimes I was lucky enough to get these right. But Dylan, Chad on the SimpleGrowth team, we've scaled multi-million-dollar companies, so we can give you the insight of what we've done in our businesses and what worked and what didn't work. But if we're hiring administrative staff, this is literally out of the SimpleGrowth playbook that Gilles on our team is going through, literally starting today. So this is it. Now we've left some of the secret sauce out, but this is pretty much it. So literally right out of the bat, we have some automated emails and communications that tie this all together in an automated fashion. But I'm kind of chunking this all together so you can see it in one place. But hey, welcome to SimpleGrowth. Wanted to share our core values and our mission statement. Please familiarize yourself with these as they are our guiding principles. SimpleGrowth helps service business owners improve their lives and their communities by leveraging automation to more effectively communicate with, create value for, and serve their clients. So right out the gate, the first indoctrination out of the gate, our new hire knows what we stand for. At Callahan's Lawn Care, we were talking about we give you the lifestyle you desire. So this was customer facing and employee facing. So we provided a worry-free landscape. So if someone wanted to go see their kids' soccer or baseball game or football game, they had the peace of mind that their lawn care and their landscape maintenance being taken care of while they went and did the things they wanted to do. And on the flip side of that, we created a lifestyle our employees desired based on a piece rate pay system. So if they wanted to be out by 3 o'clock, they hustled, they got the work done with a quality constraint, they got paid for the budget hours. If their goal was to continue to escalate their pay and get more budget hours, they could do that as long as they did it in a quality constraint. So the idea is we want to set in what is our mission, vision, values right off the bat. And as you kind of see, as I scroll through here, we're talking about accountability, service, integrity, passion, quality, respect, and communication. These are the things that my business right now, SimpleGrowth, stand for. And we want to indoctrinate this new hire to our values, our mission, vision, values. And when we're doing this, we are going to hire, train, and yes, fire to our core values. So that if there's not an alignment, it's not an emotional thing. And it does, let's face it, it sucks letting people go. But if they're not in alignment with your vision, mission, and values, we're doing a disservice to that individual. So we need to let them go and to let them go align to another company that aligns to a better values fit. So we're taking the emotion out. We're making sure that we're doing right by our hire or new hire. If they're not a good fit to our values and mission, vision, values, we're going to hire, train, and fire to the values and the mission, vision, values. Next thing. So right out of the SimpleGrowth playbook, do you have video training? So what we've done at SimpleGrowth and my lawn care companies, we've created video training for the office and the field staff. So in the lawn care company, we showed you how to use a weed whacker, how to use each type of mower, how to trim shrubs, how to install mulch. All the processes, the standard operating procedures were documented per video with testing. Office and field. So the question particularly was submitted by two different individuals, lawn care and home cleaning. How do we take care of this office individual and not send any glass ceilings and create this ability for them to expand and develop? So I'm going to recommend you create some video training. And I'm going to actually lift the hood here and show you what we've done inside SimpleGrowth if you're wondering. But these are the areas that we're dialing into. And this is going to be the same thing for any service business watching. So our phone system is Ring Central. It's VoIP, Voice over Internet Provider. So we're going to break down a video how to use the phone system. The CRM that we use for scheduling, billing, and automations right now in the business is going to be Service Autopilot. So Service Autopilot workflow training. Office systems, product offerings. We're going to dial into every service we offer, what's included, what's not included, and train that individual. Slack, that is our internal communication. How do we communicate via the team, office, and in the field? Slack, that's going to be our internal communication. So we've got videos built out how to use Slack, how not to use Slack, and what should be included on Slack and what technically shouldn't be included on Slack. Office systems, ManyChats, that's our Facebook Messenger and our automated bots. What is it? How do you interact with it? What is the standard process to interact with our customers or potential customers in the ManyChat bot? And that's going to be on social media, website, and SMS, text messaging. GoToMeeting, now with COVID. How do we interact remotely? So we're going to go in and break down how to use GoToMeeting, what the links are, and particularly where do we go on a Monday, Wednesday, Friday for all team meetings, and then Monday at 9 and 9:30 for the office and financial training and sales team. It's going to be all broken down. Monday, that's our project management software. Probably not as applicable to a service business, but in SimpleGrowth, Monday is great because that's how we track our project management. If you're in the service industry, which you probably are watching this, that's all done inside Service Autopilot for the lawn care business. Office systems, G Suite. So that's going to be our company email, our Google Sheets, Google Docs, and our Google Calendar. How do you operate that? What are the rules of engagement? And who at what level is responsible to share out their calendar? So this is all broken down in the Office Systems G Suite training. Office Systems YouTube. So we're going in, whether it's SimpleGrowth or the lawn care company, we went out and we did the Facebook Lives, and somebody in the office is responsible to take those videos from Facebook, get them over to YouTube, get a transcript, and then eventually put them over to the website for SEO. That is all dialed down in the office systems under YouTube. So now we've created a process. And whenever we hire this admin, myself as a business owner isn't tied to 20, 30 hours worth of training. It's automated with a person that has been already trained at it that's going to retrain it, that they're replacing. Service autopilot sales process training. Once again, we talked about the workflow training, and then we're particular to the sales flow training because that admin is going to be measuring all the services online that they can and basically selling over the phone. So we've got particular workflow training that's applicable to the office, and we have additional sales process training tied in at the end. So you get the idea. What we've done now is right off the bat, we've indoctrinated them, we've welcomed them, we've gone over our core values, mission, vision, values. We have gone in now and highlighted our video training. And before I get into the reading section, I'm going to hop over and give you a preview of what we've done in the back end. We did the same exact thing in the lawn care company, office and field. So these are things that we built into the SimpleGrowth Learning Hub that we built. But these are all different trainings that were highlighted on that document I was showing you. So if I go in and take a quick look at these bundles, because I've bundled a whole bunch of courses together, but if I go into the courses, I'm going to dive into some workflow training so you can actually see what this looks like here. And get a minute to this. All right, so here is our internal training. So it's there's a message from myself here, and I'm going in and welcoming the new employee in, complete with probably crazy COVID hair, but that's when we made it last year and updated it. And then we are going in and how to use the course before we begin. And then we've got all the different items here that we need. So I'm going to go in and actually show you what we do for the service autopilot training, because I think that it would probably be the most applicable if you're watching this. So if you're a client of SimpleGrowth, for an essay setup or deep dive, this is over $1,000 value we just give you. But this is what my internal team uses, and it's got testing. So we've got the welcome, how to use the course, and the overview of service autopilot workflow. So we actually take the new trainer in my office or your office from lead acquisition all the way through billing and fulfillment. It's a step-by-step overview. And then what we do is literally break it down by lead source tracking, referral tracking, commercial versus residential, billing details, gear icon, lead acquisition via the website. And then we actually have a quiz in here, and we actually run them through 6 questions that they have to get right to move on to the next part. We can track all this. So if we go in, and I'm going to preview this as an enrolled student, you're going to kind of see what this actually looks like in my office. So we don't just talk about this stuff, like we actually do this. So this is the welcome video. As we go in here, we can track the completion. So that 1 through 6 I showed you is all right here. And you can see that 1 to 3 minute videos are very digestible. And then we go in and take a quiz. Is it true or false? And if you don't get it right, it actually tells you why you got it wrong and what you need to know. So we're not having you go back through and guess. We want to actually have a foundational understanding of the software and the workflow inside our office from literally beginning to end. We're building that foundational thing. So don't take your admin and rush them into scheduling and billing, because that's probably, in most people's opinion, mine too, in the beginning, that was the most important. But really, if we take an extra day and build them up, they're going to be there significantly longer in the organization because we've built a foundational understanding. So we've gone through that video training, and we are going through 6 modules. And it's set it and forget it. We built this, and now you can drive your new administrative staff through this. And we have the same thing for the field staff. So what we've got now is we've introduced through several emails and videos, our values, mission, vision, values. We've gone in and done the video training. In this example, it's the office. Then we're going to get in some reading. So review the website and all the service offers. So what's on the website? What does it mean? What are the services? You've gone through the video training. You understand what that says. Is there any discrepancies? Do you see something that doesn't make sense? Let's talk about it. And we're going to go through live and video as well. So we're going to work with them remotely or in person, knee to knee. And we're going to review the website. What are the service offerings? Does that match to the video training you have? Do you have any questions? Let's get you on point. Reading. E-Myth, Michael Gerber. Marcus Sheridan, They Ask You Answer. And Traction, Gino Wickman. These are going to be the 3 to 4 books that we're going to be recommending that they read between 0 and 6 months on their indoctrination, almost like a book club. So we're going to continue to evolve and teach and push that mindset. We want them to evolve. It's just not a static position. If you're coming on my team, I want you to evolve and be ready to train your replacement. I want you to exponentially drive your income. And if you're not looking to grow and expand yourself and provide our customers the best service, then you're not a good fit, and you're definitely not going to be the right seat on the bus that we're driving, because we're driving right up. So these are the kind of things you want to think about as you're building this onboarding process and potentially scaling your business for extra people. So 2021 office workflow training. Now, if you've done consulting with myself, the SimpleGrowth team, one-to-one or one-to-many, these are some of the things we actually talk about. What does that daily cadence, what's that weekly cadence look like? So we're going to break down what are the daily tasks your office should be doing on a daily basis, and then every Monday, Tuesday, Wednesday, Thursday, Friday. We're going to break that down. So I'm going to give you a little preview of kind of what we do in my business and other businesses we work with. So daily tasks, when I answer the phone and create tickets or tasks, and follow up on our email. We're going to check our voicemail, return calls, check email on return, check the tasks in Infusionsoft for Service Autopilot. And where are they? In Infusionsoft, they're upper right-hand corner. Under Service Autopilot, they're under CRM tickets. In my business, we use Zendesk, or in Service Autopilot, when we use that in the lawn care business, we use tickets or to-dos, but assign the tickets or to-dos for all help issues. Review and finish your Zendesk tickets or tickets several times a day and comment on the tickets that you touch. So they're not completed unless you've commented on them. Update the Monday boards as a new sale comes in. Update the Monday boards as statuses change after calls occur, etc. So the idea is no matter the software, what do we do when these things happen and where do we document? At the end of the day, submit your end of day report summary and your big 3. So your big 3 derives from your BHAG, your big, hairy, audacious goal. So that's our 10 to 15 year goal. Those are going to be broken down in the yearly goals. They're going to be broken down in the quarterly goals or quarterly smarts. And then we drive them down into daily big 3. So what are the 3 things that each role is responsible for that they're going to report out that drive to those quarterly goals and then the yearly goals and eventually the BHAG. So we're creating a cadence of reporting out everything you're doing every day. And yes, after I make this video, I will be finishing my big 3, because part of my big 3 is 5 times a week, I should be putting out a video to help other service business owners grow and scale their business. That's part of my big 3 to grow SimpleGrowth's basically goal of abundance, our goal of like mindset of abundance. We're going out and just giving people what they need to build these businesses from our learnings. So big 3, and then Monday we circle back from the previous week and we have a virtual standing meeting or in-person standing meeting. Each person talks about 3 to 5 minutes and they report out on the last 5 days from last week. Did they hit their goals and accomplish their big 3? So we're driving those strategic objectives to grow and scale that business. Now, an example here, and I'm not going to go through every day of the week, but I'm going to give you at least a quick glance at Monday, what it looks like in my business. Right now, it's SimpleGrowth. So daily tasks, 9 a.m. sales call and work to be done. So there's a core group of the salespeople and some of my implementation team that we get together, and what are the sales we're looking for? What are our goals? What do we have in the pipeline? And what's the work to be done to make sure everything's not being missed? Same exact thing in the lawn care company. Where were we last week? Daily versus budgeted. Any compliments, any complaints? What are we looking like for labor? All these things have been compiled into a big 3, and each person in each part is reporting out. Now, if you're a business owner and you're running the office in the field, everything else, you're not necessarily in the field, but you're running the business, you should have your own daily big 3 that you're counting to yourself. Like, you need to have some kind of cadence and put it into a Google Sheet and you hold yourself accountable. Good news is eventually here, probably the next few weeks, SimpleGrowth is going to have some kind of accountability for you business owners that don't have an office staff or if you have an office staff and you still need to be held accountable, we're going to be there for you. So we've got our daily tasks. We got our 9 a.m. sales call, 9:30. I roll right into my financial and office. So I know what am I finding, how much people owe us, how many people owe us money, how past due are they, 1 to 30, 31 to 60, 61 to 90, or past 90? Do people need to be paused? We need to hold their services until they pay us. Has somebody paid me to get their service back on the schedule? All those things are hashed out. So we have a weekly cadence where both kind of divisions or sections of the business talk to each other so we don't miss anything. We have the link. That's what the link to this meeting, the link to that financial meeting. 11 a.m. every Monday, Wednesday, Friday, I have a team call for all the key stakeholders in the business. We get on there and we talk for 45 minutes to an hour. We have the link. They click on it, boom, they're in. In addition, on Mondays, those are those collection calls I talked about. Accounts receivable, AR, overdue money owed, warning emails, final emails and calls, and pause services. And then Tuesdays, we roll right into that daily test. So we set a cadence for the accountability. So Donnie says, great. Can you forward me the link to sign up? Our new admin is starting tomorrow. Donnie, drop me a PM personal message and I can get you hooked up with that as well for the office training. But that it's instrumental. I'm telling you, it is like, it just goes down. Rob Treppendale allowed me to talk about it. He beta tested this and the young lady in his office never had seen Office Service Autopilot. And within 7 to 10 days, she was up and rolling, rocking, and was an expert and knew more than most people using the system 6 to 8 months. So this is pretty instrumental. And the idea here is that we're not teaching features and functions. We're teaching workflow and how the features and functions line up. Now, Service Autopilot, and I know Donnie uses Service Autopilot, does a great job teaching features and functions. But where we come in and where I think if you're building your own videos, where you should come in is we need to build it in a systematic workflow that builds on top of each other. We don't want to just teach little features and functions. We understand how that affects the big picture and how you continue to grow with the business, how you can exponentially increase your knowledge and skill set with the business. So the next thing we're looking at is traditionally, it's only a one-time onboarding process where I'm going to challenge you. If you're watching this video live or recorded, is we should have different levels or stages. So from 0 to 6 months, this is what this is. So 0 to 6 months from the onboarding, we're not going to hit them all at once, but we're going to go in and get them indoctrinated, get the mission, vision, values going in. We're going to go through the video training, live and in person, with testing. The reading is going to be spread out over 6 months, but we're going to start building and getting a foundation. And if the individual doesn't like to read, that's fine. Get it on Audible. I don't really care whether if they're actually reading or doing Audible, it's all good. Long as we're continuing to build that knowledge base and let them grow. Like, let's not put a glass ceiling on. I tell you, if you came into the lawn care company, you come into SimpleGrowth, my position is available if you have the desire and the skill set and you want to educate yourself. And that's exactly what happened in the lawn care company. I got replaced by a gentleman that came in. He ran the day-to-day operations. Matt Harris, great question. I'm going to grab that in a second, brother, if you're still there. But the idea is now we're going to read them. We're going to have them read or listen to Audible. We're going to educate them. We're going to let them build a new mindset to what's available, and we're not going to limit them. The sky's the limit. You want my job? You're watching this? I want to hire you because I'm probably not going to be in this position forever. I'm going to probably set the strategic objective and continue to grow and almost be the board of executive. But it's not going to be in this position because as soon as you accept the position, that's when your business goes stagnant and it's not going to continue to double and triple each year. So we need to have a mindset shift, and reading is going to shift that, or listening on Audible. We've got our workflow training, what our daily tasks are and our daily tasks. The final piece of this is going to be stage 1 or level 1, 2, 3, 4. Let's not limit it to the first 6 months or the first week. Let's continue to set a cadence of the same thing we just did, but additional reading, additional training. How do you scale to that next position and beyond? And how do you retrain your replacement? So that's the biggest thing right now that I can give you from my learnings and the mistakes that I've made is let's not be short-sighted when we bring in our office staff or our field staff. Let's give them a standard progression or a setup progression that we can document that let them know, hey, first half of the year, this is what it's looking like. Second half of the year, this is what it's looking like. Between 1.5 years and a year and a half and 2 years and beyond. These are the things that we're going to engage to reinforce our culture, mission, vision, and values, and a progression to continue to grow and outlearn our competition and outgrow the position you're in to go to the next place and raise your revenue and your self-fulfillment. Because let's face it, folks, these people aren't going to live with or stay with us forever. But that's okay. Let's accept that. But let's provide the most amount of value and the most amount of training. And while they're with us for 3 to 5 years or whatever that looks like, let's align with what their goals are as well. One of the biggest things, Dan Ralph's the Dream Manager. Really love Dan Ralph's, and something he did is very interesting is the Dream Manager, the book was actually written based on a home cleaning company. Applies to lawn care as well. But the interesting thing about the Dream Manager is that the knowledge or the perception that your employees aren't going to stay with you a lifetime. But if you can align to what their goals are, where they want to be, what their aspirations are, you're going to keep them for 3 to 5 years, whatever that looks like. But they're going to be the most dedicated team members. I'm not saying employees, but team members, because they're bought in. They're living and dying like, the blue and green of SimpleGrowth. And how can we help them achieve their goals and their dreams? And then eventually when they leave, they leave. But when they leave, you've done them right. But while they're there, they're going to give you everything because you're helping them achieve their goals. And hopefully you can keep those employees or team members forever. But while you have them, give them a progression to advance and continue to grow themselves. And that's the key. And Matt Harris says, wants to know, how do you deal with some of the issues coming up with Service Autopilot, a lot of the glitches recently? And Matt, honestly, I'm not going to sugarcoat. We all, and SimpleGrowth, honestly, is not part of Service Autopilot. We're an independent business, and we help Service Autopilot users better use the system. There has been a few glitches with the V3. But I'll be honest with you, there's not another software platform that has automation, scheduling, billing, everything else in there that compares to that. And if you're using the SimpleGrowth workflow, I would say 90% of that, it really is alleviated. It's not an issue. And the other 10%, they're pushing the envelope. They're out adopting a lot of their competition. So I feel like that's, for me, at least in my business, helped me scale a multi-million-dollar business, automate it, and eventually become acquired. No platform is perfect, and every one of the ones, without naming all the names of them, they all have their little glitches because we work on multiple service platforms. So, yes, I get it in the spring rush. It's tough. It gets you sometimes. And we use Service Autopilot at SimpleGrowth as well. But I would tell you that I would hang in there because they are committed to fixing this. And we've worked with them as a certified advisor, and they've talked to us of the issues that you may be having and our users are having, and they are working on it. So I would say hang in there, and it's going to get better, a lot better. But all things considered, it's still really the premier platform that is outpacing probably just about every other software platform out there. Because as well as I'm aware, no one has a native automation built inside their software. And we do work on other, such as Jobber, Service Monster, ZenMaid, and a few others, where we use another automation platform, Keep by Infusionsoft, or Infusionsoft by Keep, and it's a great option. But you're going to have two different platforms inside the platform, and sometimes there's an extra step in there. A lot of this we've tied in with Zapier, but I would say hang tight in there, Matt, because trust me, SA's got to figure it out, but these are just some growing pains. Matt says, we've been using SA for 10 years. Hope it's going to get better. And my honest opinion, Matt, is it's going to get better, and it is getting better. Some of the incremental changes, but they are pushing the technology envelope. And when I owned the lawn care company, 7 or 8 years ago, I probably wouldn't have understood as much. But seeing the way technology goes with SimpleGrowth, I get where they're at, and no one's going to be perfect, but they are committed to it. And I did talk to Jonathan Potoshnik of the Lawn Care Millionaire within the last week, and he's committed, as well as John Caldwell, the other co-owner of SA, and they're committed to make it and continue to make it the best product out there. So hang in there. They've got it under control. And I feel like some of these little bumps with the implementation of V3 are going to be worked out. So appreciate it, man. But yeah, either way, SimpleGrowth is here to answer this question. So Matt, if you or any other watching has any questions or concerns around the workflow and service autopilot, I'm here to answer those questions. And we found, I don't want to even say workarounds, but we found a desired workflow to eliminate a lot of the extra clicks and things that people are concerned about. And we can get that dialed in for you. So if you have specific questions about some of the frustrations or concerns or questions you have, we're here for you. And we did lobby about some of the things about the payment portal over the last week or so, and they did make some updates around those requests as well as the user requests. So I do feel they are, the people we're talking to are pretty responsive about it. So comments or questions, drop them below. Matt, you're not an old timer, brother. I'm a little bit older than you, I imagine, but definitely shout out to the old timers using SA and SimpleGrowth for sure. So Callahan's Corner, you ask the questions, we answer them live on Facebook. Quick recap: if you're bringing in new office staff, minimals you need is an indoctrination through an email, automated probably and personal. We want to go over that mission, vision, values. Want to have some video training for in the field of the office with testing, reading for the first 6 months, and then the next 6 months, and then the year and a half, and a year and a half to 2 years. Office workflow theory training. So what are you on the hook for every day? And then each particular day, starting out with Monday, what are the daily things you should be doing in addition to the daily tasks on Monday, Tuesday, Wednesday, Thursday, Friday? And set a game plan for stages or levels up to the first 2 years with quarterly reviews and annual reviews for employment and hopefully some raises. So like I said, we are not perfect here by any means. We've made a lot of these mistakes, but if you're going to scale a team that people want to work for, and employment is the biggest issue, trying to get people to join your team right now, we really, really need to focus in on making ourselves different and a company that people want to grow and scale with. This is not a job for extra money. This is a career. And even if they're not there forever, it's a stepping stone that's going to develop them into the next person they want to be for the next position they want. We don't want to just hire someone that is looking for that paycheck and clock 40 hours and maybe get some overtime to keep a pulse. So appreciate everybody out there. Callahan's Corner, you ask the questions, we answer them live right here on Facebook. We'll see you again tomorrow with your pre-submitted questions.